Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Travel Center with your hosts, Joyce Merriweather and Wynn Pendleton.
Good day and welcome to Travel Center.
Joyce, today we have one heck of an exciting lineup. We're going to see what's happening with the world of travel as parents get ready to hit the road with their little ones.
Now, whether you're driving, boating, training, or planing, traveling with tots or teens can be trying, tumultuous, and just plain tough.
Unless you apply the 3 keys to successful travel.
Those things that will make your trip more relaxing, more enjoyable, and even lots of fun for the whole family. Preparation, activity, and safety.
Your pass to a great trip.
Preparation, the backbone of pass. When traveling with tots or teens, you'll want to prepare like you've never prepared before. Today we'll demonstrate ways to lay that important groundwork and be ready for whatever the road may bring you.
Activity, or A, is a very important part of the equation as it represents the entertainment factor en route. When traveling with small children, keeping them occupied is one thing, but learning how to make the process fun for everyone is essential.
And last, but certainly not least, S, or safety. A safe trip is a great trip, and learning how to prevent accidents from happening is the first step.
Today we'll put pass to the test as we profile 3 families as they tackle the trials and tribulations of traveling with tots or teens.
So grab your suitcase, make room on those credit cards, and be sure everyone's gone potty. Then, let's get ready to travel. Meet the Lee family, Kim, Lou, Katie, George, and Morgan. They'll be flying down south to see Lou's parents.
Let's spend a moment discussing Kim and Lou's decision to fly with such young children.
Well, when a family's travel mode is the first and perhaps most important decision made.
Although driving might be the answer for some families, the convenience of air travel cannot be overlooked.
Right. You know, I think some families focus solely on the cost, which admittedly can be prohibitive. But let's take a look at this pro and con list Kim made shortly after last year's train wreck of a holiday.
Kim makes some excellent points. The time issue cannot be ignored. Now, if you have older children, the time together could be well spent, stopping to enjoy historical sites and roadside attractions. But kids as young as Kim and Lou's will simply be happier spending less time en route.
And it's pretty amazing how quickly those seemingly insignificant costs a family incurs on a road trip can add up. But for my money, this is the most important point. Vacations are supposed to be just that, vacations. Enjoying your children and your trip is priceless.
Well said, Joyce. Now let's take a look at some tape of the Lees preparing for their journey. Keep in mind all the little things Kim and Lou do to ensure successful travel.
We are going to fly from Minneapolis.
The Lees are getting ready for their big trip, and by the looks of things, they're pulling out all the stops.
Involving the children in every aspect of planning is key.
Oh, this is fantastic. Stop action, please. Kim Lee's technique is genius here. Joyce, let's back that up. This is veteran smarts. As insignificant as it may seem, explaining how a plane flies and showing the children the route will help familiarize the kids with how an airplane works and help make them more comfortable flyers. I think the main point is involving your children in the planning stages of travel. The use of maps, books, videos, even the internet can help you help your children to understand where you're headed, what traveling there will be like, and how long it'll take to get there.
Making the kids more comfortable with the process and making them feel that the trip is theirs too. And now, meet the Johnson family, Ron, Lisa, Brittany, and Billy. They're getting ready for a road trip to the Rockies for some fun on the slopes. Can they pass? We'll find out.
Hey, you guys need any help?
The Johnsons are seasoned travelers. This 2-day journey has become an annual vacation since the kids have gotten old enough for a road trip of this length.
Are you going to help us pat
The kids' enjoyment of this kind of travel is really a credit to Ron and Lisa Johnson for making the journey just as much fun as the destination.
Look at his little head. Come on, we gotta get going. Let's go.
Now, some parents opt to drive during the evening when traveling with small children. However, that usually means the kids sleep, but the parents don't. And the next day is no fun for anyone. Driving during the day is a little safer and usually a better option for all involved.
Hey, Ron. How's it going?
Let's move in on that cooler. Oh, this Johnson family is impressive. The cooler contains a plethora of cut vegetables, fruit, and lots of water. Those healthy snacks satisfy hunger without winding the children up the way candy can.
And the water was a great call, Win. The children will drink it only when they're thirsty. Had the Johnsons chosen sodas or juice, the children probably would have consumed more because of the sweetness factor, which would increase potty stops.
Now, Joyce, I think what Lisa's got there may be enlightening.
It seems she's spoken to a travel club. They can be a big help when you're planning a trip. They help Lisa plot out motels with kitchenettes on her map. She and Ron like to cook when they're traveling instead of eating out to save money for fun.
Very good tips, compliments of the Johnsons. Great choice in mode of transportation, healthy snacks, travel club. So far, they definitely pass.
Say hello to the Wilsons. June and her son Gregory are headed for a fun-filled trip on a ship. And although they're flying to their port, they're still going to need plenty of PAS. June certainly has her hands full with Gregory, who is, as you can see, a bundle of energy.
She really did her groundwork to find just the right vacation for herself and her son, opting to take him on a cruise.
Hey, come here. All-inclusive vacations, such as cruises, have lots of organized activities for adults and children. And there's usually on-site daycare, so parent and child can have fun together and apart. High PAS factor on this one.
I understand that Gregory has flown before, and I wonder how June keeps a young man of his energy level entertained during a flight.
Why don't we peek inside their carry-on bag and see if we can't find the answer to that question? She is prepared for just about anything. Coloring books, game books, book books, and even small electronic video games.
There is definitely no doubt that he's going to have a fun flight. Let's talk about those snacks. Most airlines still feed you.
Yes, they do. However, June has packed soda crackers in case Gregory feels queasy during the flight. He's also had some trouble with his ears during pressure changes on previous flights.
Hence the chewing gum and the lollipops. They help him swallow, which relieves that pressure considerably.
It should also be noted that some infants and toddlers experience the same problems with cabin pressure on airplanes. Breastfeeding, a bottle, or a pacifier are just as effective.
So, once again, consider the whole family when planning a trip.
Make sure to bring lots of age-appropriate means of entertainment.
And when flying with kids of any age, be prepared for changes in cabin pressure.
All right, let's check back in with the Lees. They've prepared well. Kim got the kids into the doctor a couple weeks back to make sure they were in tip-top shape. And they've prepared a list of necessities.
Lou has kept in close contact with the airlines to track how full their flight is. As you may know, airlines allow children under 2 to ride on a parent's lap free.
Which would apply to young Morgan.
Exactly, but Lou prefers for her to have her own seat. Despite the cost, it's safer. But if the flight isn't full, she can sit right next to her, no charge.
That is a great idea, and one that I'm sure young Morgan will benefit from. Now, speaking of Morgan, most airplane restrooms aren't equipped with changing stations.
When the Lees are away from home, they bring extra receiving blankets. They can be draped over almost any surface for a makeshift changing area like an airplane restroom. And airsick bags make temporary disposal quick and tidy.
Bravo!
Lou also packed a plastic sheet. She'll make Morgan's bed with it as a backup while the family is staying with her parents.
Brilliant. Now let's see what other specialty items they're packing. Is that masking tape?
Yes, to secure dangling cords and cover sharp edges at Lou's parents' house. Kim also included some electrical outlet covers.
Outstanding.
I understand that Lou also had her dad store his medication out of reach and out of sight.
I think it's safe to say that the Lees are going to PAS. Let's review.
Lists of necessities, countdown schedule, check with airlines for available seats for kids under 2.
And if you have toddlers, diapers and blankets and plastic sheets. Checkups for kids, masking tape to cover edges and outlets at your destination, and hide that medication.
They're really on top of their game, Joyce. You gotta like their chances.
I do indeed. What do you say we let the Johnsons dazzle us once again with their gift of PAS?
See anything in there?
Yes.
No, you don't.
Actually, I did it.
Okay, baby, sorry.
This is exceptional use of space. The carrier really frees up the inside of the vehicle, allowing only for necessities and not clutter.
I don't see any skis. Guess they'll be renting them once they reach the mountains.
Actually, Win, the Johnsons have sent their skis ahead. Many ski hills allow skiers to send their equipment beforehand to be held for their arrival.
Sending large accessories ahead, such as skis and bikes, is a great way to enhance the experience en route as they take up a lot of space.
Good point, Win. Also, a tidy car is a safe car.
Now, the contents of that lunchbox may surprise some of you as it contains not edibles, but medicals. That's right, it's a traveling first aid kit filled with sterilized pads, bandages, and more. The Johnsons have made sure that they have room to carry it in the car, as it won't do them much good if it's stored anywhere else.
And I see from my notes that Lisa has recently had the car serviced, which is essential for safety and peace of mind when traveling this far with children. These have been some excellent examples of pass by the Johnsons. Let's recap. Packing items in the car carrier and sending large items ahead showed an awareness of the necessity of space for activities en route. Additionally, a vehicle that is clutter-free is safer.
And the Johnsons' journey will be made safer with the addition of that traveling first aid kit.
Right. Now let's move over to June Wilson's house.
This is very interesting. June Wilson is thinking here, folks. Attaching Gregory's name, address, and her cell phone number inside young Gregory's jacket before heading off to the airport terminal is genius. In the event they're separated, it'll be much easier for someone to help Gregory find his mom with that information. Joyce, that last situation brings up a good point. I'd like to touch on a travel scenario that's becoming increasingly popular, that of children flying solo.
Usually an exciting adventure for kids, but it can be a time of apprehension for parents.
But the airlines have really got this one under control. Each airline's unaccompanied minor policy varies. In general, there's a fee for an airline representative to supervise your child before takeoff, between connections, and deliver your child to whomever you've designated to pick them up at the gate.
Now, many airlines' maximum age is around 12 to 14, but parents may opt to pay the unaccompanied minor fee for their teenagers as an extra precaution.
Most airlines will only allow unaccompanied minors to fly until early evening. If there are any problems or delays, the child won't have to be cared for overnight.
Now, additionally, most airlines do not charge an unaccompanied minor fee for international flights. But again, each airline's policy is different, so please check with the airline with which your child will be flying.
All right, Joyce, we have an update on the Johnsons.
That's what I like to see. Seatbelts, seatbelts, seatbelts.
Absolutely, Joyce. Seatbelts at all times are a must. I'd also like to point out what we don't see here, chaos or crying. It was a very different scene just a few moments ago. Now, let's watch as Billy slowly loses his composure and baits his sister.
Come on, get mad. Look at each other. Look at each other. Hey, what's going on back there?
It's entirely unnatural for children to sit still for hours on end. You're on vacation. Let kids be kids. Choose your battles wisely. Try relaxing the rules when you're on the road. You're all on vacation.
So what exactly happened there, Win?
Ron and Lisa acted quickly. They stopped, repositioned, then continued with harmonious results, as you can see.
It's all about patience, structure, and love.
And PAS. Now let's head out to the airport and see if our flyers will pass.
Kim is checking in while Lou entertains the kids. That's teamwork at its finest. When traveling with small children, it makes much more sense to divide and conquer. Designating one parent to take care of the children while the other takes care of check-in will make your airport experience much more pleasant.
You'll also notice that the kids are wearing red. Now, while some may believe that to be a fashion statement, we've learned that the Lees are all about strategy. The kids are color coordinated to make them easily identifiable in case they get separated from their parents.
Now, the Lee's flight doesn't leave for a couple of hours. Had the family arrived late, Mom and Dad would be stressed, which would affect the kids, unnecessarily upsetting them and perhaps causing them to be afraid to fly.
And there are perks to arriving early. If they haven't been assigned, Lou and Kim will get first dibs on the bulkhead seats right behind first class.
That's right. It will give the Lees a little more room. Now, apparently Morgan is a champion seat kicker, but since there won't be anyone sitting directly in front of the Lees, Morgan won't unnecessarily fray any nerves.
Some airlines allow passengers to book bulkhead seats, but each airline's policy is different. Most charter flights are strictly first come, first serve.
So check with your airline.
Let's talk about that car seat. Obviously, the Lees are flying and not driving, but as an extra safety measure, Lou has brought along Morgan's safety seat, which he will fasten her into for the flight.
And you know, Win, even a few hours seems like an eternity to kids Katie and Morgan's age. The Lees booked an evening flight, so the kids would be more apt to sleep rather than fuss. Later flights are less crowded as well.
Some excellent examples of PAS by the Lee family.
Yes, and let's review. Get to the airport early to secure those bulkhead seats. Choose an evening flight for very young children. Everyone will be happier. Color coordinate children's clothing and attach important information. Bring along a safety seat for children under 4 years or 40 pounds. Split up the duties at the airport. Single parents may want to arrange for another adult to help them.
Okay, now let's catch up with the Johnsons. Oh my goodness, this is certainly unexpected. The Johnsons, who are frugal to the core, have opted to order pizza for dinner. Now, what could possibly be their motivation?
Well, Win, as much as the Johnsons did plan, there are times when the road can throw you a curveball. All the rooms with the kitchenettes had been booked prior to the Johnsons' arrival, so they won't be cooking this evening.
That's how to roll with the punches. Ron did the best he could, but now it's time to accept their situation and relax.
Exactly. A little downtime makes for happier parents and a more pleasant vacation. The Johnsons like to get to their final destination a little early each night so the kids can familiarize themselves with their surroundings, play a little, and really enjoy their evening.
By the looks on their faces, that's a great idea.
Brilliant travel points by the Johnsons. If you don't get what you planned, be flexible. Get to your destination a little early each night so the kids can play and you can relax. You've really got to hand it to Ron and Lisa. They planned this trip well. Excellent preparation, fantastic activities, and solid safety precautions have made documenting their travels a joy. Okay, boy, will this be a treat. Both the Lees and the Wilsons have just taken off. Let's join our own Win Pendleton, who is now on location with the families. Win, can you hear me?
Yes, and hello, Joyce. I'm on board the Lee and Wilson flight, and as you can see, everyone is safely and securely fastened into their seatbelts.
Noted. Now, I noticed that the kids aren't donning their red any longer.
Joyce, the Lees wisely dress the kids in layers for the trip. Layers keep them nice and toasty, but if it gets too warm, they can peel away until they're comfortable.
The Wilsons sure are having a good time.
It seems Gregory and his mom are involved in a friendly game of tic-tac-toe.
They play a game of tic-tac-toe every 30 minutes. It helps Gregory mark the time, and it's a fun way for June to keep the "are we there yet?" to a minimum.
They should have a great time on their cruise. Well, Win, before you all head off into the horizon, let's review the nuts and bolts of the program. Decide which mode of transportation best suits your family. Involve the kids in as many aspects of the planning as you can. Make a countdown schedule and list of necessities. Pack wisely. Anticipate everything your children might need to keep them happy and avoid costly purchases on the road. Service your vehicle. Bring a first aid kit. Entertain the children en route. The journey is part of the adventure. Get to your daily destination early so the kids can play and familiarize themselves with their surroundings. Keep the car clutter-free. Wear those seat belts and make sure safety seats are correctly fastened when driving and flying. Child-proof, whether you're staying with relatives, friends, or in a hotel. And above all else, have fun. Right, Win? Happy trails, everyone.
This has been Travel Center. Remember, you're not going anywhere without your pass.